Oh, yeah. Just hanging out. You know how I be. Let's see here. Let's see if this works. This better work, because I worked a ton on this thing yesterday. And open. Really? Really? Okay, so then I just saved it to the cloud. That's what I did. Trying to find my project so I can continue my project board from yesterday. I saved it to my cloud, my Creative Cloud suite. I'm going to track it down so I can open it. I'll try to see here. Where did I put that bad boy? You know, it's funny. I probably actually loaded it. I should probably pull it up in Facebook or Photoshop first. And then I'll save it locally, and then I'll open it in InDesign and start working on hierarchy. And I've got pretty much the whole design like ready to rock and roll. Except I did it on my other laptop at work. So I'm just trying to see if it's going to actually talk to my computer here. And it seems like what it's going to make me do is I saved it to the cloud, so I don't know why. I'm going to track it down. Let's see here. Where would I find... See, I just hit save, so it just saved it. It should be right up here, I figured. Not shared, your files. Use cloud as you work so you can access your files on desktop. That's what I thought I did. That's what I thought I did, but I don't see it. You want to explain that one to me? Home. Shows my other three. Oh, that makes me slightly sad. It's not going to be in there. How do I access those files on here? I'm trying to get my way around this. It's sometimes a little confusing how they have this set up on here. Your files. Should be in here. Yet I don't see it. I open the sync folder, but that doesn't matter because cloud documents. That's what I want. All my cloud documents. Synced files. Those are my synced files, cloud documents. Lame sauce. I am trying to find it, but let me tell you, I do not. Oh, it didn't stutter. That's pretty cool. That makes me happy. I don't know what I did differently, but it did not stutter. I really want to work on this right now before I go to work. I just really wanted to show it off and work on it, and it's not showing up. Unless it's, oh, it could be here, could be here, could be here. No, it's not there. That's funny. Yeah, I know. You know, you click save to cloud when you save your work on another computer, but then it doesn't do the miraculous thing that this thing advertises, which is to do it on computer or iPad or whatever. So I'm trying to track this thing down and I don't see it. So there goes that idea. I'm trying to think of what else I can work on. I got time. I can continue drawing. Ooh, I do need to post this up on there. My Hollow Knight thumbnail. I need to track it down, man. I really wanted to work on it. I'm super pumped about my layout for my No Man's Sky series for my Behance project board. But it is not showing up on my cloud files that I thought it would. I was so confident that it would show up. Kind of like when you, whatchamacallit, you open up your Photoshop like I've got right here. Here, I'll show it to you. Stop it. Stop it. This is the woes of being an enthusiastic art enthusiast. Is learning all this silliness while trying to be professional at the same time. So I go to home. Here's recents, name a file. Yeah, see, it's not even showing. It's only showing what I've done on this computer. I click open and it just takes me to my sync folder and then it's not in there. So that bums me out. Well, so much for that idea. Yeah, wouldn't save there, wouldn't save there. What is the cache? When I saved to documents, would it show it in here? I bet you it would show it. It's got to show it somewhere, like what's its save path? I do not know. Well, then I'm just gonna go get my iPad and just draw. Because I got an hour to kill before work, and I just thought I would work on that. I'll work on it a little bit at work, but I just kind of wanted to do it live. I thought it'd be fun. But I'm gonna have to figure out why that's the case. Your libraries, public, personal and shared. My library, social media. There's nothing in here. Public. Every file on that file is embedded, so it doesn't need anything from a local file source. It's literally all in the file. So I'm trying to figure out why it wouldn't show up here. It's literally what I'm trying to do. Hi, suggestions. I don't care about your suggestions. I'm trying to think, did I do these here? Yeah, I did. No, I did this one at work. I didn't do this one here. I did this one at work. So that one's showing up. So why isn't the other one showing up? It's a bummer. It's a bummer. I'm gonna get my iPad. I'll be right back. Oh. How you doing today? How y'all doing? Y'all having a good day? It's Thursday. It's the day before our Friday stream. Whoops, woo! I gotta get prepped for that too. Spend some time today. I got board game night tonight. I haven't played a board game in a month, and I'm excited about it. All right, let me get this set up to mirror. Because why not? That makes me so sad. I just don't understand why it chooses when it wants to show cloud files and when it doesn't. Which either means that I didn't save it as a cloud file and I saved it as a local file. Or I didn't save it, which that's silly. It's autosave. There's autosave. I'm not worried about that. Let me clean up my desktop here. Get out all of this stuff. Go to my mirroring program. Where you at? Boom. Boom. Man, this new iPad Pro, man, it's pretty sweet. It's a hunk of machinery. That's for sure. I'm working on another Hollow Knight artwork. This one's a little more digital art, a little more full, like actual, not like tattoo style or medallion style or iconic. It's more just straight up traditional digital, baby. Where's it at? Connect. Where's it at? QR code. Let's see. I think it's already like good to go, but I'll do it anyways. Cool. Cool. Man. So I could do this. I could do this multiple ways here. I could just make it so that my iPad appears here, which I think is cool. Yeah, it's just a little bit more interactive. So just squeeze this bad boy over here. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doodling, man. That's what I'm doodling. I'm a doodler. As my niece told me when she was like 7 years old, she said to my wife, "Why'd you marry a doodler?" So that's always been our running joke with her and me, is that I'm a doodler. I'm a professional doodler. That should be my title. Professional doodler. So yeah, this Hollow Knight, this is one of the boss fights. He's one of the, I guess, 5 knights you fight. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I'm very early on in the game, but it's pretty fun. So last night I drew. Oh man, this cord. There we go. I drew this guy right here. He's the Hollow Knight, the Little Knight, I think, as they dub him. And he's awesome. So he looks pretty tight. He looks pretty clean. He feels polished and done. I just need to work on one. I am really fiddling with focus and perspective. I want it to feel kind of like the game, where it has a moving atmospheric perspective. Some bokeh in the background. Pretty much, if you're kind of new and you don't fully get what I'm doing, I do 2 segments. I do Drawn to Games and Drawn to Prayer is the name, pun intended. It's just art inspired by games and art inspired by the Bible. Bible art is done on Fridays. Mondays is Drawn to Games, and right now it's just impromptu, like just hang out and draw, just kind of just chilling. Got stuff I need to work on. I have no kids around, so I have the freedom on Thursday mornings to kind of just do whatever. So this kind of feels like a good time to do this. So this one's part of the Hollow Knight series that I'm doing. I've thrown Hollow Knight into the rotation of playing on Mondays, and this is the second one. The first one was this bad boy, and he turned out sweet, except I was fiddling with some stuff, and then, you know, I just kind of killed it. Here, let me do this. Boop. Boop. So that's pretty much, I think, where... So that was the first one. Turned out really cool. And so now we're doing this. I've got about 5 of No Man's Sky, and this will be 2 of Hollow Knight. I kind of like that 5 number. It kind of feels nice. So when you fight this boss, you keep hitting him, and then eventually his helmet falls off, and you reveal this, like, it's like this, he's like a maggot in a like armor, but he's just this little tiny little maggot, but like the armor makes him look all big and bulky. It's really cute and dorky, and when you beat him, you kind of hit him on the head. So the action here is you do the downward strike, you hit it, and it cracks his helmet open, and that's when you start to see him. So the blue color probably will change to more of a, I gotta color match that dude. I don't even remember what he looked like. I have to have references, you know? I mean, try to make it authentic. Hollow Knight. No, not that button. Not that button. Hollow Knight. Bosses? Maybe? Hollow Knight bosses. Just look at them. There he is. He's right there. So he's called the False Knight? What? Oh, that was me doing that. Oh, where is he at? Where is he? False Knight. Yeah, so I want to see what he looks like with his helmet off. Yeah. It's so funny. Look at this guy. Look at it. I mean, it's just like a little whiny baby. So I'm off on the color for sure. But I kind of like the teal. I don't know, it's kind of nice. I could gradient it so it's that kind of whitish cream color at the bottom of the helmet, but then teal at the top from the strike. That could look cool. That could look cool. I could dig it. Let's see here. I need to tighten up him, and I need to do the floor. Okay, now I have a reference for the floor, which is nice. Okay, there's these background guys right here that I need to mess with. This is my floor. I'm going to put another layer behind the floor. And then I'm going to kind of work these dudes in. Because they're like these weird... I don't even know. It's like... They're just these weird eggs. Or like... capsules, I guess. I don't really know. But hey. We want to kind of have the flavor... What? How is he in front of that? Get out of here. The floor needs to be behind him. And this needs to be behind the floor. There we go. That way you can just... It's nice when you have layers because you can just kind of draw without having to worry about running over stuff. You just kind of do it. Do it. It's been really awesome branching out of my comfort zone and just drawing things that I wouldn't normally draw. I hope, my goal is that it really just improves me as an artist because it makes me more adaptable. You know, one, trying to make it look like the game. That's one challenge. Two, making the characters look like the characters. And then three, making it look like my artwork. It's like trying to combine all three things into one is really tricky. So it's just trying to figure out how to do that. It's 10 o'clock, I got an hour, it's fantastic. I got plenty of time. I might even play some Hollow Knight in a little bit. Make sure you say hi in the chat. I'd like to know who's hanging out. If you haven't, find me on social media. I'm Graffiti Gospel on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Behance now. I'm starting to build kind of a little bit of a... I want to build a presence on Behance. That's like a professional Adobe portfolio site where you can share your work and what you do. So I want to work on that. That's what I was hoping to show today, but now I got to go to work and see what was going on with that. So yeah, I'm down in this corner over here. Yeah, I'm just trying to work this thing together here. Building whatever the heck these things are. I think they're like capsules or eggs. I've only played like 5 hours of the game, so I don't really have much context for what the heck is going on in this game. But it's a ton of fun. It's like this nice balance of challenging platformer strategy to lots of lore and fun story. Like, you could go as deep as you want in this game. Like, you could get really into the nuts and bolts of the story, or you could just enjoy it for the platformer that it is. So this egg here needs a little love in the area of... Right. Interesting. Like that. Like that. Like that. Gotta get this shape right. Why you do that, I don't know. But I gotta live with it. I, personally, I've spent enough money on equipment, and I cannot afford a better camera, so it is just going to have to do. Okay, and then a lighter color. Let me just go like. I mean, this thing's probably going to end up being out of focus anyways, so I'm not really like worried about intense amount of detail. I just want the gist of it, you know? Because when I blur it out, you're gonna get the resemblance of what it would look like in detail. And if you hold down your pen stroke when you stroke on this app, you'll get... Behance is probably going to get mad at me and shut me down because I'm not using Fresco. I just haven't dove into Fresco yet. I want to. I just have a attachment to Procreate because it was the first digital drawing app I ever used. And so it's just like it'd be bittersweet if like I just left it when all my work has been done in it. Like it just would make me sad, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not looking to be like super technical here. It's just like, let's just get it on there, you know? I am using a reference just so I have an idea what the heck I'm doing here. Actually, that's the wrong way. It needs to be the other side. That's the bottom. This is the top. There we go. See how the difference that makes? Just putting the highlight in the wrong spot just like tricks your eye. And you're like, your eye's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It's like, that's right, because the shadow is from the fold, right? You're looking at that fold. It would probably help. Is it gonna pop up? There it is, and I heard it. Cool, it works. So yeah, that's that little stone over there. See that little stone? And there's this other one over here that we'll just do real quick. The background. And then let's see. I am nervous about the actual background, the official background. This is like the secondary background because I have in my head like exactly how I want it to work. I want it to feel circular, like all-encompassing, like overwhelmingly intense, like because the backgrounds are really cool in this game. And like to do it justice, you have to like. So see all that like stuff in the back? It looks like it's in the background, which is perfect. But what I want to have happen is I want it to be like you feel it light up as it gets closer to the edge so that it feels like it's going back further. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know. Because I want the Christmas to be the Hollow Knight, or the Little Knight, or Little Ghost, and then the False Knight to be in absolute perfect focus, and everything else is slightly blurred. So it looks like it's rack focused. That's kind of the idea. So if I go to this layer, I'm gonna undo it, but I'll show you how it works. So then you just go to like Gaussian blur, and you just slide it, and then watch in the bottom left, it'll start to get fuzzy, see? So you can just fuzz it out enough where like it's, yeah, see, like we don't want it to be as blurry as the very actual background, because then like you don't have these layers. So I'm trying to create these layers. What I did notice is, oh, that's just weird. I do need to work on this. I have this white stuff down here where the ball hits and smashes into the ground. He has a big club, like, and I'm wondering how I would do that. Maybe I need to. I thought putting the orange in there would look cool. I have to look up a video of him. I can't remember. He smashes his club back and forth, and all this orange stuff falls. But I don't know if I'm gonna false night battle and then look at video of it. Maybe I'm gonna have to like, yeah, it's off. Okay. This just could be an advertisement for all I know. What? The head of his mace is revealed to be another bug. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I mean, there's no way for me to incorporate that into the artwork. Maggot dream nail. Yeah, maybe the video is up at top here. Oh, see, this is like a... I want a video. It says this is a video. It's definitely not a video. Ah, pause. Yeah, so you fight all the guys. This guy comes down. I don't know. Would I get in trouble if I... Thank you, Hold to Reset, for showing this video. I'm sharing it because it's cool. It was a fun fight. I want to see the orange stuff come down. Alright, so then he falls. Boom. Then he hit his head. Oh, out pops his head. And like some gas. See all that stuff that comes? Okay, so it comes off of him. There you go. See, now he gets mad. And these things fall. Okay, so there's those things that fall. Alright, so it doesn't come out of the ground. It comes from the ceiling and drops. Oh, I forgot about that piece too. Yeah. Cool. That seems doable. So I need to change that. I need to fix that. So we're going to get rid of all this orange on here. And we're going to start really getting this ground in shape, because this was just a rough sketch of the ground. I just don't want to clutter the artwork too much with stuff. Like, I wanted to add those orbs, but I'm afraid that it's going to be like too much. Too much going on. Just throwing stuff in for the sake of throwing it in is not... That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to get rid of this white. I'm just going to redo this part altogether. I need the blurry brush because I don't want to mess with my focus here. There we go. Keep the integrity of the focus of the hammer. There we go. That looks better. Well, can you see what I'm doing? Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm just kind of working. I got an idea of what I want for the cracks, but I could do better there. Okay, let's get that. This is nice because I actually did want to like really dial in these bumps because they're just too big. They're just slightly too big because they're not really that obtrusive on the actual piece. we go. So I'm just lightly touching it. See, if I had been smart, I would have had this thing all sorted out, crisp, clean, drawn out as if it was in focus, then took it out of focus, and then you would have had a more authentic view of that piece. But I'm just trying to... This is also allowing me to have more detail behind it. Yeah, see, that's just... They were just so obtrusive. There we go. Get rid of some of that black right there. That's from the original outline. Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Okay, now we're doing the crack. Okay, so I gotta, okay, let's go to our, I should just get rid of the whole floor, shouldn't I? I really should. I needed the layer of the floor to just literally be the floor. So I'm just gonna get rid of all that so that the only thing that's there. And then now I can go, so I still have some in the corner over here. And then I go down here to my floor layer. Not that one. Just go here. Just get it roughed in. Okay, so my lighting source is the center of his head. So it's going to cast a shadow from the actual sledgehammer hitting the ground behind it. So it's actually going to be relatively dark over here. But let's just get the floor in. Okay, there's our floor. Still have other stuff to do, but that's okay. Alright, and then... Oh man, the trick, to be honest with you, is really going to be... it'll really be getting... because it's such a dark piece, separating the shadow from the foreground pillars so that it doesn't get lost. It's just going to be tricky, man. Let's get rid of the orange for now. We can do that. That'll be the last thing we'll add. I just don't need it in there right now. It's taking up space. I have another piece in here. I missed this piece. Boop. I don't know what that scribble's from. I'm trying to... There it is. It's right here. Okay. I got rid of my source. That was silly. What was I thinking? Hollow Knight. Falls Knight. I just need that reference image. Yeah, I just want to see the ground. Okay, so it's gonna have a ton of those things. But this is the foreground. We're not gonna actually see those because we're seeing the top of the ground. Let's go. Studio painting. Sure. I just need to get something going here. There we go. Sure. That works. We'll use that to start for our ground. I'm going to do a little highlight on the ground just because, you know, kind of casting off of like reflective light. It'll help separate the foreground a little bit too. It's going to be darker underneath his belly. This is where it's going to get tricky, man. Knowing your color values shines here, but I just don't want it to be full of a ton of black. Black is like, it's good to use, but it's like a crutch. You can create darker values with actual color. And then it looks more pleasing because it's like an actual color, not just black. But sometimes you gotta refer to the black. So like right here, right under his belly, you just want to get that. Yep, just like that. And then we'll kind of, yeah, just kind of, and then I can blend it too. So you can just go like that. You see where I'm at? On his belly. The question is, his foot. I don't know. I mean, I guess I would just kick it out like that, right? It would just kick out. Yeah, it would just kind of like do that. Is that black? I don't think that's black. No, it's not as black can be. There we go. So there's his foot. See that? It's like just adding a little. And then same with the belly. The belly here. Yeah, it really makes him feel like he's anchored into the ground. It's good. He is also not a very bright character. His leg needs to be darker. Needs to be more this gray, maybe. Maybe I already did that. That's the wrong layer. I was trying to not get too carried away with the shadowing, because then it stops looking like the game. But I guess that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's my own depiction of the artwork. Thanks, Walter Gomes. Followed me on Behance. Appreciate that. That's awesome. I hope to stream regularly. You'll see more of my work appearing on Behance soon enough. It's just, you know, if you want to do it well and you want to do it with excellence, it's just going to take time. So I'm in no rush. But I hope to put my new board on there, my first project board, this week. It'll be No Man's Sky themed, based off a sci-fi video game. Yeah, okay, I'm jumping all over the place. Okay, so we're on the floor. The hammer feels really good. It's just, it feels fake because it doesn't have any like contact point. So we need to get this ground in shape. So I'm going to go lighter color to start, just so I can outline my composition for the cracked floor, and it'll be easier for you to see. And we'll do it on a new layer. Yeah, you want to make sure your layers are organized. I'm pretty unorganized. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a sloppy artist, but I try to stay organized. Some artworks I'll label the layers because I know it's going to be robust and big and need a lot of organization. And sometimes I'll get halfway through and be like, oh, I'm actually not. I thought there was going to be a lot smaller. So then I'll start labeling and start putting things in folders so I can see things easier. Because at this point, see all these layers? I mean, it gets to a point where it gets so long that you kind of get lost. There's nothing worse than doing something really cool and then it being on the wrong layer and then you having to mask it out and then put it on a different... It's a thing, man. It is a total thing. Okay, so this thing is slamming into the ground, right? So we're talking cracked floor. I want to make sure you guys see it. There we go. This is where we're living. So one, it's in the ground, right? So we got to get that so it looks like it's in there. And then this guy's going to come out. I think we're going to make the holes in the ground light for now. Am I on the right layer? Yeah, okay. Yep. See, and then we're just going to kind of encase it. Just fade it up. There we go. And then just kind of... The reason why I wanted to add the orange in the ground was a second light source, like make it a little bit more dynamic. You'd be able to pinpoint the cracks out a little easier. But, I mean, it is what it is. So, like, the cracks aren't looking very... There we go. Okay, and then... Come on, there we go. Yeah, so this is gonna go... Sorry, I make sound effects. Deal with it. We want to go past it because we want it to... Yeah, there we go. I want it to kick up too, so we're gonna... Yeah, there we go. And then... Ah! Yeah, say goodbye to me for a second. Yay, streaming on a budget. I got about 30 minutes left, and then I gotta head off to work, but maybe I'll do this. It's nice I need to experiment with different times of the day, because right now I stream only at night, and it's like, man, I'm only hitting one group of people, you know, people who get on their phones and computers at night, but I don't have anybody. I'm sure there's plenty of people who get on their computer at work and just want something on in the background, and that's the people that work from home. So I gotta find those niches, you know. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. I kind of dig that. It looks very three-dimensional. There's some ground kick up. Yep. So this is like all rubbly. Yep, cracks and stuff. There we go. And that kind of breaking off into the distance. There we go. Same with this one. Woo. Okay. This is gonna have just a little bit of a highlight. There we go. Ground isn't perfect when it breaks. It's got edges. The ground isn't perfect when it breaks. It's deep. There's a life lesson in that. Life lessons with Miles Landau as he draws Hollow Knight video games. I'm my own Bob Ross. He was great, wasn't he? I love that he's like trending back. Like everyone's all about him now. It's like, yeah, y'all weren't there when it was a thing. Like I remember sitting in my bedroom and just putting on PBS and like just watching him. I don't know, it was public broadcast, right? I'm pretty sure Bob Ross was on public broadcast, right? It was like free television. I used to... Ah, thanks. I appreciate that, Sharkman. Thanks for that compliment. I'm humbled. Thank you. Yeah, I try to be vibrant. I try to do a decent job. I appreciate you chiming in. But yeah, I was talking about Bob Ross. Just, you want to talk about color? Let's talk about Bob Ross. Man, dude, I remember sitting in my bedroom, like as like a 10-year-old, 8 years old, just being fascinated by how quick that guy could bust out a painting, man, so fast. And it just captivated my imagination. And I remember just watching. I think my favorite one was where he talks about happy trees and how happy trees, they need friends. And you know what? Everyone needs a best friend. Everybody needs a best friend. So we'll put some rocks around the tree. It's like, sure. Yeah, Bob Ross was awesome. Bob Ross was the man. So yeah, I just, he really propelled me to pursue art in a really bizarre way, because like I'd just be bored out of my mind. It was before the internet took storm, so you literally only had what was on the public television. And so I just sit there and watch, but like, I'll watch you make mountains all day. Because it's like magic coming out of your hands. Yeah. Perfect tree, man. Perfect tree. So yeah, it's like, so what propelled that conversation was I was doing I had these edges and these cracks, and I was like, they're too clean. Not when you break the surface, it's never perfect. It's like, deep vibes with Miles Landau. So yeah, and we got the ground looking like it's cracked, so that's good. That hammer looks like it's anchored in the ground, which is giving this homeboy freedom to downward strike this guy in the head, give him a migraine. I don't know what color we're gonna do the cracks. I actually just might leave it kind of like a similar color, just a little bit darker. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put too much attention to the ground. So if the ground can be seen the way it is, good. I want all the focus on the false knight and the little ghost. So yeah. Let's see here. How much time do I got before I have to head off to work here? Oh, I got 30 minutes. We got time. We got time to chill and keep drawing. So we need to add the orange orbs. Since some people have just tuned in, I'm trying to figure out how I can make the foreground be a little bit more circular, so it's not just flat, unfocused background. modern Bob Ross confirmed. I mean, I think that's a little too far because I'm not that good. But he's sure. I'll take the compliment. Appreciate that. So what I was thinking of doing was adding like a little light on the edges, because if I remember correctly, like this background, like there's one particular background that is inspiring me on this. Well, I mean, here's a good example. Let me see if I can save this image. Desktop. Open it. It's like it's kind of like this. Like their backgrounds they're just so well done. This game, art direction wise, is just so good. Like, compliments to the artists. Seriously, you inspire me. So like, see how like there's areas where it's light and foggy, unfocused, but you can kind of make out everything? That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. It's just a matter of doing it. So I have it in my brain. We'll see if we can figure it out. So we got let's see this color here. We're gonna go with a more of an airbrush look. And we're gonna do it like this. Let's see here. So the background is not that background I'm doing. So this one is more like those little egg capsule things are like just piled on each other. There's some backgrounds that look like that. Oh, I see, look, I'm on my wrong layer again. See, I just caught myself. It happens to all of us. It's never ending. Let me go, where's my background? Right here. Boom. So I just gotta figure out, I guess I could do like a vignette? Maybe? Let's try this. We're gonna go layer. It's all about experimenting. You gotta be comfortable experimenting. What's it like being able to do backgrounds? Not the wrong layer, what do you mean? What's up, Dread, my friend? Can you shift the hammer head down some so you can see Bug Guy holding the handle? Otherwise, it's hard to know that it's a hammer unless you've played the game. That's a really good point. No, not the wrong layer. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I was hoping that the hands would. I was hoping that the gesture of his hands would actually tell you that. I could shift it down, but then the actual. Well, let me see here. It has the layer, the ground has to make sense. It can't be like this, because then it doesn't look right. Oh, yes, that's a good point. Yeah, I can understand that. See, yeah, I mean, you got a good point. Man, okay, I'll think about that. That's good constructive feedback. It's still early on that I can adjust it. Because now that I'm actually looking at it, it kind of also looks like the hammer is the wrong direction. It's like turning like this. It actually needs to kind of turn like this. So I might have to do, oh, you know, if I just mirror that layer, actually, now that I think about it, if I go like this, let's see, I can't remember where that's at. Canvas. It's just gonna flip the whole canvas. That's my biggest pet peeve. Or you could push the hammer deeper into the ground if you want to change it. Yeah, that's true. I could do that. Well, I mean, it's a layer, so just undo it if we don't like it. We just go down. Let's just see if that looks any different. I also might want to turn it. As a digital artist, you have to be okay with jacking up your composition. You can always fix it later. And here's another pro tip. Every time you redo something, chances are it's going to look better than the time before it, if that makes any sense. So it's painful redoing things 2 or 3 times, but the third time will always look better than the first time because you've had 3 times to practice it. Flip horizontal is on the bottom. flip horizontal is on the bottom. I didn't see it. Were you talking about when I pulled up that menu? Yeah, I saw it, but it just flips the canvas. See, flips the whole canvas, which is also another pro tip. If you want to see inconsistencies, flip your canvas so that, because your eye gets used to seeing things a certain way, and then you flip it. Layer transform mode. Yeah, but this isn't, I'm trying to decrypt what you're saying, Dread. Hold on. I did see it once, and I'm just trying to remember where it was. I don't do it very often. Shark Ven. Keep it up, dude. Keep it up. You're making me feel good. When you do that, you got... Layer transform mode. I didn't see transform mode. Are you talking about Photoshop? I'm not in Photoshop. And I'm not in Fresco, unfortunately. I wish you could just talk in my ear. I should invite you to the Discord so you can just talk in my ear. When I went in to move the layer. Oh, okay, yeah, here. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, you're right. Thank you. You're right, that's where it was. It helps having a community of people to assist you in your art. I might do this every Thursday morning because people talk. It helps. Okay. Yes, you're right. Flip horizontal. Okay, let's see. Let's see how that looks. That looks more right, doesn't it? Boom, son. Boom. Just for that, I'm gonna change this from saying new follower to boom. I'm gonna change that to say boom. Yeah, dude, you're so right on, man. You're so right on. I think you're totally right. Yeah, that was good. Good feedback. All right, so now you see I have this jagged, nasty mess over here. And I can do that. So here's the deal. See how it went over my layer for my floor? I could, one, take this layer and put it on top of the mace and it would cover up that bottom issue, or I can just mask it. Masking is like fake erasing. You can undo it later. So what I'll do is I'll just take my brush, it's on black, and I'll just fakely remove down here this stuff. Yep, and it's just gonna be lightly because I'm just gonna, it's really just the stuff that's over the rocks. Yeah, so like we had a whole thing. Yep, see? So now it's just showing up. I'm not actually erasing it, it's just like pretend erase. It's pretend erase. Pretend. I'll get a texture brush here. So that I can like, whoa, steady. I don't want to get too in the zone either where I like forget to go to work. Okay. Looks like it's, for the most part, fitted in. So now that's that part. And actually, flipping it horizontally worked better too. Yeah, did I miss a spot right there? It's alright, because we're not done with the cracks. We'll draw over some of it too. Far left? What are you talking about? Oh, dude, how did you see that? How did you see that? I would have saw it eventually. Got my eye on you, Dread. Remember what I said? You need to go watch that other movie I mentioned so that you lose some brain cells because you're too smart for your own good. Dredd is MVP, Sharkman. He's one of my dear friends, and we went to college together way back in the day. We're OGs, man. We're OG community college associates. What time is it? I gotta check my time. 10:38. I still got time. I still got time. Hey, make sure you share the video. Even though I got like 20 minutes left, probably like 35. Share. Get some other people up in here. Let's see here. What do you think of that, Greg? This is gonna become boom. Boom. Or how about awesome sauce? Yeah, it does look much better. It looks more believable. You're right. And now we have to fix what we did, which is always the fun part of a digital artist. So I can do this. I can be lazy. We're gonna go to our layer with false night here. Dude, this is how dead on we are. I mean, it turned out really cool. Like, that's what he looks like in the game. That's super cute. Are you saying, is that what I should put in here? That's super cute. Cute. And I put some music to it. That'd be fun. It'd be a good time. Okay, let's go. What was I doing? Okay, that's right. This guy. This layer. Drawing brush. My gloaming brush. It's my go-to for sketching. Let's see here. And then we're gonna match the color that's closest. And then just kind of rough it in. And then we'll tighten it up later. And because it's behind it, it's just gonna blend right in. You're not even gonna know the difference. I'm using, by the way, if you're curious, I need to put this in my bios, in my about section, but I'm using the 2nd generation Apple Pencil on the 5th generation iPad Pro. It's the 12.9 inch version. All the real estate in the world you can get. It's pretty much like the size of a normal standardized piece of paper. What else? Yeah. If you haven't followed on Twitch or liked on Instagram or any of those other great things, go do so. It'll help you keep in touch with what I'm doing and know when I go live so that you can come hang out and chat and doodle. And if you're an artist like moi, you could draw along with me. That could even be cooler. I'm looking down, so if you're talking, I'll see it in a second. I'm just trying to get this area figured out first. Okay, and then we'll just go here. And there's his glove. And his hand. We're just gonna rough it in. I just want it to be... Well, now I actually have to, like, fix the hands, because... he's, looking more like he's holding his junk than he is holding a hammer. So it's gonna have to bring it in more. That's okay. I mean, it's not gonna make that big of a difference. Ah! We'll get to the stick, don't worry. Here's the issue with the stick. We could risk the chance of it bowing. I don't know if that's going to look right or not. That's what I'm nervous about. It's not looking like it makes any sense. Stop that. Why is it doing that? Let's see here. I want that to be on this layer. Yep, never fails. Dread, buy me a new camera. Or trade me or something. Doesn't look right. Man. This is a challenge. This is a challenge. He should look defeated. He's getting his butt kicked. No kickback? He's not mid-swing. He landed. His hammer's in the ground. I think it's the way my arms are. Oh, I haven't added the What are you trying to say, Greg? I don't understand. It is hitting the ground. That's what I wanted to do. I want it to hit the ground. Yeah, exactly. So when it hits, the goal is to add like motion, so that it's like it looks like he's stroking it down like this. Are you saying like he should be like jumping up in the air because he like and it's like lift him up? Yeah, I just haven't gotten to that point yet. I wanted to get everything around it right so that when I add that effect, I don't have to do any additional things to it. So it'll be like at the end of the artwork. That'll be like one of the final touches that I add. If that makes any sense. It's just getting... I just don't really know if I... Here's the deal. Like, most people who are going to be interested in this artwork will have fought this guy. He's like the first boss in the game. So... But hey, I'm all about making it better, so I appreciate your feedback. It's always welcome. It's always welcome. I mean, if you want it to be the best it could possibly be, a second pair of eyes is always helpful. Most of the time it's my wife's eyes. She does a fantastic job of telling me like, nope, that doesn't look right. She has a really good eye for color. She's a hairstylist. She knows what she's doing. But, so she's always been kind of like my go-to for like bouncing off ideas and stuff. Okay, so that's kind of there. We've got the gist of our boo-boo fixes. Just trying to get this belly right. There we go. Because my original animation thought was... Yes, that's very true. There is not a real false knight bug maggot armored guy with a hammer that actually turns into a bug. But my original thought in my brain was that when he hits, he kind of like lifts up, so his like legs are off the ground, and then he gets hit in the head, and he's like, oh, you know? That's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, I could lift him off the ground a little bit, but then his body would be more forward, and you wouldn't see his legs, and he'd look like a floating thing, so that's why I didn't do it. I just kept it on the thing. Yeah. I'll show you what it looks like, Greg. This is why I'm waiting to the end to do this. Okay? Here is the effect of motion blur. You can change the direction. So it'll kind of look like that. So you're not... See what I'm saying? You're going to lose a ton of detail in it. Which is fine. I don't mind that. Well, no, and that's okay, because it's just making it more realistic for the people who don't think that way. I could. I will admit, I don't know if I've tried that yet. So if I go here and I go motion blur, Can y'all see that? I think y'all can see that. Yeah, not Gaussian blur blush. The motion blur. Gaussian just blurs out all the colors like in a radius. The motion one makes it like linear. So like that's what I used on the last artwork. The background, motion blur. Psh, shot it across, made it look like they were moving in air. So if I did the edges, I can choose up here, in this little section at the top. You see where you can pick pencil, but it's like weird. It like doesn't like I'm trying to figure it out. So look, I color it in, and then it kind of I don't know. It's like really strange. I'm trying to figure out if I'm even doing it right. See what I'm saying? I don't see. Okay, so see how the lines are showing up the wrong direction? I can't figure out how to rotate that. So I've tried doing the brush, but it's like I haven't figured out how to rotate the blur lines to go the right direction. So again, something I have to learn. Whoa, what is that? That must be the new 5.2 update. I haven't fiddled with any of the new settings. Remember, kids, there's always someone smarter than you, and there's always someone better than you. Again, deep thoughts with Miles Landau. Does sound like you need to change your default. I mean, Gaussian blur is my default blur method, but there are multiples. There's even lens blur, which you can like control the direction of the blur, how it affects. I just do it by layers. So, like all these blurs are layered. So yeah, I did Little Ghost last night. Here, let's just break up the monotony here, and you can just watch it come to life. See, Greg, there's my initial. That was my initial drawing. That was my initial like ah. See, like he's midair. He's like ah. Pfft. It was just too dramatic. I thought. I don't know. It's just how it evolved, man. It's just how it evolved. If you're just tuning in and you're new to the channel, this is Graffiti Gospel. My name is Miles. You can catch me my portfolio on Instagram for short little clips of those stories as well. Facebook, I go live. YouTube, I go live, and Twitch, I go live. I multi-stream for the heck of it, really. But eventually, I will kind of like narrow down where I live stream to, consolidating it. I'm just trying out different avenues just to see which ones work the best. I would encourage you to follow me on all those platforms. You can subscribe, like, blah, 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 blah. It just helps support the channel, helps me reach more people, especially on Facebook. If you're tuning in on Facebook, make sure you share the video to your friends, because if you think it's really cool, someone else might think it's really cool. I am streaming for the first time to Behance today. Whoa, go back? What? I think I can scrub. Yeah, I can scrub. Where'd you want me to go back to? Oh, are you talking about me trying to fiddle with that? Yeah, like right, like that? Right here? Yeah, boom, but it's ugly. Doesn't look good. But yes, that is the effect I'm trying to go for. But it looks messy. It doesn't look right. Yes, that is what I'm going for. It's just a matter of getting it to look professional. Does that make sense? Like, so I was fiddling with this last night. I was like, okay, I got to get this motion, because once you get the motion in, anybody will know that he's swinging a hammer. It's just a matter of like doing it well. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna backtrack and we'll come back to it later. Because whenever you're frustrated with your art or anything you're doing creatively, sometimes it helps to take a little break, come back to it, and most likely you're gonna do it better than you did when you were frustrated, and then you get upset, and then you just want to quit, and you don't want to do it anymore. So it's better just go, you know what? Stop right there, move on to the next area, and then come back to it later. I love drawing Little Ghost. He is so much fun to draw. He's so easy you know, you can feel good about yourself when you've accomplished drawing it, because you're like, look, it looks just like the game, you know. And so it's just it's a nice change of pace. So yeah, that's where we're at. Oh no, it's not. We're still going. We're I'm trying to see. Oh, sorry. Here, let me back up. Right there. Pretty much lived right here for a while. Time lapses are so good for your creative process because you can kind of look to see how you're doing things, and sometimes it might remind you of something you did 10 hours ago and you're like, oh, I really liked how I did that, and you can go back to it. And of course it shows you what I did. I really love it. It's pixelated because it's video compressed. It's not like that in real, but adding the glow I think really helps it set in. There's the reference. That's kind of what I'm pulling from for the downward strike. What time is it? 10:53. Oh, this is so good. I'm totally doing Thursday morning streams. I'm totally doing it. I have time. Like, it's so great, and it's not late at night where I'm so tired. So yeah, that's where it landed. It's still going. It's doing all this down here. This is what we. So now we're at where we started today. I really wanted to stream. The goal was to stream my Behance project board that I was designing for No Man's Sky, showing off the 5 artworks I did this last month. For some reason, the Creative Cloud decided to not allow me to take it from my laptop at work and put it on my computer here at home. So I have to go figure out what happened. So if you're confused by the title of the stream, that's why. So yeah, man. We're at 2 minutes. Okay, here's some fun facts too. While we're at it, you can go up in here on Procreate, go to Canvas. You can go to Canvas information, and then you can go to statistics, and it tells you how long. 4 hours. It's probably more like 5. I think I'm 5 hours in of actual time, because I think it only records your actual strokes. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the parameter is for when it stops recording the time after you lift up your pencil. And then we've done 4,017 strokes made total. Such a fun little fact. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We got a few more minutes. Let's go over here. So right here, we're gonna put some eggs. We're jumping around. We're ADDing it. We'll go to this layer because that's where the other eggs are. Kudos to Dread for the awesome recommendation. It really helped make that hammer look more realistic. So that was awesome. Okay, let's see here. Glooming, would I'd rather use the airbrush, since we're already going to be blurring it anyways. We're going to go dark. I already kind of had the eggs there, but for some reason this iPad digitized it out and it made it look all cruddy. So we're going to redo them real quick. I'm curious if Behance will get mad at me for not using Fresco. Okay, and then go into our lighter brush for the detail. Oh, you know what I just realized? I already blurred out those other eggs, so I need to put it in a different layer. Because if I blur it out again, it'll blur it out more than this one. So there's that. I like to think that I work relatively quick. And I also think, though, a lot of my artworks I could spend more time on, probably, to achieve like that extra level that I see online of other people that I look up to. I probably could spend a little more time, and I'd achieve a greater level of detail. But that's also kind of the philosophy behind it. Is it doesn't need to have more detail. I mean, if it's conveying its message really well, then who cares? You know, at some point you gotta quit. You can't just keep adding stuff forever. Oh, let's see here. So that's a little bright, but whatever. Greg, how do you like the game? Did you play it? You played it, right? the song we're listening to right now, it's like a can of pop opening, and I keep thinking someone's behind me opening up a can of pop. It's pretty funny. Haha. Funny, funny, haha, strange. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure to say hi in the chat. Let me know you're here. It's good to get to know who's watching and stuff, you know? If not, no big deal. I ain't worried about it. I ain't stressing. Let's see here. I think I did this the wrong direction. Yep, I totally did it the wrong direction. I'm just gonna end up blurring it out anyways, so we don't care. That looks pretty good. I can dig that. Let's go bigger. Let's go. Opacity down. Nah, it's too big. Too big. Oh, it's good. It is difficult. It is challenging. I'm nervous for Monday's stream because where I left off, I almost rage quit. Remember? Actually, I pretty much did rage quit. I just don't want to admit it because I'm in denial. All right, cool. That looks pretty good. And then we blur it out, and then you want even. Here. Gaussian blur for Dread's satisfaction. Boom. Just like that. A bunch of android eggs surrounding him. Yeah, that's half the battle. Is once you get your map unlocked, it's much easier to navigate through there, especially where you are. You need to have where you are because, man, you can spend minutes, sometimes even an hour, trying to figure out, okay, I think I'm here, and then you try to go, and then you go too far, and you have to backtrack. Yeah. So, okay, this is one of the things I want to do. I kind of jumped around, apologies, but this layer was dedicated to some kind of vignette. So we're gonna go big, and I'm just gonna. Oh, that made such a difference! Oh my gosh! By the way, this is how I act by myself. So just because y'all are here doesn't mean that. I just do it in my head, or I say it out loud, and my wife goes, "Who are you talking to?" And then I go, "Talking to me." Okay, just. Vignette for the win. Okay, now here's a question. If we do some effects, because, you know, nothing's more... Look at that. Look at the difference. Boom, 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 boom. Whoops, wrong one. Right here. Yeah, wow, there's dimension, right? I would say if it's one thing that separates a good artist from an exceptional artist is the ability to create depth that's believable. That's really hard to do. You're talking to the process? What process? What did you say? Did I miss something that you said, Shark? I apologize. Did I miss something you said earlier? You just said that's super cute last. Can you elaborate? Yeah, man. Let me get this thing out of the way. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move the artwork out of the way, shrink it down, and then we're going to see if we can get even better depth from using these layer tricks, like these little filters. So far, nothing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See, like right here? Ah! I lost you. That was my half-hour timer. Okay, so right here, see that subtle difference? Blend modes. There you go, whatever. I don't need to know that. It's not important. Which one is it? Because I don't want to lose detail in the background either. What was that one? Hard mix? What I wish I could do is I guess I could go back and forth, can I? Nope, see, it doesn't give me a go forward. Back. Forward. Yeah. No, it did undo the blend mode. Do you see any difference? I don't see a difference. No. That did nothing. Okay. I just needed to make sure that I wasn't crazy. Hard mix did nothing. I mean, there is only 2 colors here, so it's not like gonna do anything. Okay, that's ugly. That's super ugly. Okay, so my big difference here was in right here. Overlay. Dark mode. Yeah, some of these just aren't, they're just not like in the background to really show you much of a difference. There's normal, and then there's overlay. I'm just gonna leave it on overlay. I feel like that gave me some options. Big difference. And I did use black. I did use black. I could change the color and just see if that. So this is what we'll do. If you go in here and you click alpha lock, it locks all the values, all the opacity, and all the color into one spot, and you can't go outside those parameters. So like essentially I could just come here and I can just pick a color and I can just grab it and then drop it down in. Right? Let's see if it does it. Yeah, see? So then I made it brighter. But we don't want to do that. I'm more just wanting to play with, like, what does green do? Yeah, we don't want that. I mean, it's kind of cool because it, depending on, like, that could potentially add, I mean, obviously not that one, but it's just seeing, oh, whoa! Yeah, it is. You see how it's not liking that opacity after the fact, because I filled it in, you know, with the alpha lock. It's not liking that, but it is cool to see like what we were missing just from having black. It helps to actually have an actual color. That's why instead of doing the black, I thought I could go more of a dark blue like I've been doing. Let's see here. Let me back up. I think we're just gonna leave it here. That's okay. We're good. Pills are good. Pills are good. All right. Okay, so you know what would probably help with these eggs? I'm not gonna lie. It's a little teal action, but we're gonna mute it out a little bit because it's in the distance. Which one are we on? This one right here. And I'm just, what the? Get out of here. Show crazy self. Airbrush. Not that big. Just like that. And then drop the opacity a lot. Too much? Too much. That's fine. Maybe not. Hold that thought. If you haven't already, go follow me on Behance.com. It's Adobe's professional portfolio website. Talking to you, Dread. All right, we got the ground to work on, the hammer handle, and tightening up false night, and then adding the orange blobs. And then I think it's pretty much done. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for right now. I did quite a bit, actually, and still talked a lot, which was impressive. Cool. I wanted to get that guy off there. What's he doing? Where's he at? Cool beans. That was fun. I enjoyed it. Let's see here. Boom. Yeah, I thought it looked good black too. Yeah. Image slideshow. Boom. If you haven't seen, that's where my stuff is on Instagram. Greg, just so you know, the last the medallion artwork I did for this, that's my highest liked Instagram post. Got a good reception. Yet on Steam, I like got no reception. It's just all timing. It's like, by the way, I told Carmi, my wife, that I am gonna try to take a social media class. I'm gonna learn. I'll stickerize it. I'll absolutely stickerize it. And I'm using Society 6 and it has cheaper stickers. Because on Streamlabs, I'd have to mark it up just to make anything off of it. It's the woes of not having your hands on it at all and just letting a company take care of it for you. You just miss out. I wish I had a way to like streamline sticker making and just ship it out to people, but I didn't got the time for that or the money to like buy the equipment. So yeah, thanks for chiming in, everybody. I appreciate it. Hour-and-a-half stream. I mean, it's doable. Thursday mornings is doable. I can dig it. Yeah. I'm probably going to have the project board done by next Thursday, so I don't want to wait a whole week to do it, so I'll have it done ahead of time. But I will showcase it on Thursday. You see 3 pieces? I shouldn't have... Oh, I guess I did some old stuff back in the day. I do remember that. I actually haven't even checked on that to see if it's streaming. I saw it streaming earlier, but I just learned like yesterday that they have a whole streaming platform put up. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, see, I'm up there. Today's work's in progress. You can see me up there. It's pretty sweet. Let me check it out here. Work's in progress. You can see me up there. It's pretty sweet. Check it out here. Works in progress. You can see me up there. Check it out here. Works in progress. You can see me up there. Check it out here. Works in progress. You can see me up there. Oh, it's delaying because it's in my. Oh my gosh! Turn off the sound. There we go. Yeah, this is cool. I'm excited about the Behance platform. That's cool because it's literally just everybody that's passionate about design, art, and just the creative works. Creative Labs. Hey Bruce Gonzalez, sorry if I hit you up late. I thought these would show up in my multi-stream, but they did not. That irks me. It really does irk me. I wonder how old that message was. Maybe Bruce Gonzalez is like the Behance police. Oh, what app is that? Oh, it's not Fresco? Well, maybe you should fix that. You see 3 pieces up there. Let me go up to it. If you're still watching, Gonzalez, you probably aren't, but that's okay. I'm using Procreate. It's Fresco's competitor, pretty much. Which I will try Fresco. I have to at least give it a shot. There's Adobe. They have Live Paint. From what I hear, that's like the proprietary thing. Let me see. What do I have on my... That's the thing, is I shouldn't have really much. I wonder what you're seeing. Let me see. Work. I don't have anything's up here. Appreciations. I have appreciations. Greg, are you seeing the appreciations? Those are the things that I liked. Yeah, I don't have anything up here that I can see. Yeah. I will stickerize it, Greg. That is my goal this weekend. I will stickerize the medallion. I will stickerize it. What time is it? I gotta roll. Again, thank you. God bless you all for for everything. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. It was a great time. I felt really encouraged. Lots of good constructive feedback. Again, like, follow, subscribe to all the platforms. Just at Graffiti Gospel is the tag. That's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, now Behance. I'm probably forgetting one, but it's there. Hit me up so you can get alerts and know when I go live. Twitch, make sure you follow on there. I'm trying to hit 50 followers and 3 average views a stream. That'll help me get affiliate, which allows commercials to kick in and allows me to get extra perks to provide you guys with cool stuff like what are those little emoticons and badges and moderator tools and stuff like that. I can't get those things until I hit that affiliate. So VIP status, that's what it was. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me impromptu last minute. It was a good time. No, I wasn't. I was just closing out. Greg, I might see you Friday. Probably not, because you got something going on. But if not, I will see you Monday. I stream Mondays, now probably Thursday mornings, and Fridays. Mondays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Thursdays will be at 9 a.m. Alrighty. I will catch y'all later.